Pohang is a coastal city in Gyeongsang Province, South Korea. It's home to about 500,000 people and is the frequent site of joint exercises between the US and South Korean Navy. On March 31st of 2014, one of those exercises was on full display. Aerial footage shows a combined force embarking from ships in the ocean and expertly navigating toward the beachhead. The small boats you see are actually amphibious vehicles that convert to tanks upon landing. You'll see what we mean as the clip rolls on. Thousands of servicemen and women between both countries and other allies will participate in these drills. They were a routine sight in Pohang until 2018, when US and South Korean leadership decided to scale back to ease tensions with North Korea. That didn't work, as North Korea continued doing North Korea-like things. South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol vowed to restart the exercises as North Korea kept launching illegal missiles into their airspace. As of 2023, these amphibious exercises are back in full swing. Hopefully, we never need them. Did you know that manhole covers date back to 3,500 BC? They're attributed to the ancient Romans, who developed the first underground sewage systems. They remained largely unchanged until the 19th century, when more modern manhole covers were invented. Unfortunately, not all manhole covers are as heavy and sturdy as they should be. Take this one in Russia, for example. In April of 2012, this driver learned why driving over them isn't as safe as it seems. A mounted camera above the crash shows what happened from a different angle. Look closely, and you can see some sort of grate over the open hole. We're thinking they're doing some work in the sewer and left this grate as a placeholder. Multiple cars moved it over time, creating a booby trap for the next unlucky person. It looks like the back left tire gets stuck in the hole. The car's forward momentum causes it to bounce, flip, and roll to a stop. In fact, you can see where the temporary manhole grate landed right next to the hood. A few spectators rushed in to make sure everybody was okay. The driver emerged from their shattered windshield, looking flustered, but distracted driving is dangerous driving. Looking away for 5 seconds while driving 55 miles per hour is like driving the length of a football field with your eyes closed. Consider yourself lucky if you don't hit anything. This Chinese driver thought he'd put his luck to the test. He was driving down a highway in Shenzhen, a city in Guangdong province of over 12 million people. With so many drivers on the road, looking away for a millisecond could spell disaster. But this driver didn't care. He played on his phone and smoked a cigarette. And, wouldn't you know it, karma had something to say about that. Look closely and you can see the moment his cab disconnects from the fireball. He's lucky he didn't flip with the oil tank. If he did, our driver wouldn't have walked away. It didn't take long for the fire to engulf everything in sight. Look at how tall the smoke cloud gets as people watch from a distance. You might think a volcano had just erupted.
这么大火。
Firefighters had to pull out all the stops to get this blaze under control. It looks like they're just trying to wet the area around the fire and let the oil burn itself out. In the end, 3 vehicles and a few public utilities suffered fire damage. Thankfully, nobody was hurt, including our distracted driver. We assume he learned a valuable lesson. Hopefully, you learned one too. Distracted driving is dangerous driving. Most waterspouts are considered non-tornadic or fair weather storms. It means they don't have the rotating updraft associated with powerful thunderstorms and tornadoes. As a result, they rarely exceed EF0 strength on the enhanced Fujita scale. They normally form over warm coastal waters like the Black Sea or the Gulf of Mexico. Thankfully, this storm only damaged the dock and cafe. Everybody was smart enough to record from a safe distance.